There, she explained, bad habits are corrected and new habits acquired for the fatherland. It is easy to say all this, but very difficult and distressing to accomplish it. For greater clarity, I'll relate what happened to me in my last stage of purgatory. I had already satisfied the divine justice for all my sins. Already I started to see at a distance the intense love of our God for me. I began to vaguely see my new name and my endowment of hidden manna. I was purified but didn't know my exact place in heaven, and I still did not fully trust in God. My instructing angel, she continued, took me to the place where I would principally live in the glory, something like my celestial refuge. You should know that every blessed has a most proper and intimate place where his dearest loves are fulfilled. Well, then, she added, I had never traveled by plane for fear of heights. I experienced a great panic when my angel made me rise to the firmament of heaven. I utilized a space time of my adult body. I kept seeing the earth get smaller, greenish, as I left it with extreme speed. Since I was not yet glorified, but in the training phase to acquire celestial customs, there was little I understood. My rooted habit of trusting myself instead of God increased my fear. I thought I would fall from these heights. Afterwards, I was terrorized from the total darkness in spite of my angel's insistence, reproaching me for my lack of trust in the All Powerful. My terror culminated when I passed the speed of light. Now you'll appreciate how the bad customs of earth impede the learning of those used in heaven. Certainly now, having absolute confidence in our God, I travel at much greater velocities without fear. Where is your celestial residence? My refuge is on a small planet in the constellation Astar, a little more than 1,000,000 light years from Earth. And you came from there to visit me? Yes, certainly. In actuality, I travel at a great speed. Well, then, when my angel and I arrived at Astor 5, I only saw a great inhospitable plain. You will live here, my angel told me, and I became sad. Why are you worried? He encouraged me. You need only imagine how you want your home, and it will be done according to your thoughts. You now exercise dominion and rule over matter, energy, and every creature inferior to you. But I couldn't manage. In my homeland, I was accustomed to contract and architect and contend with the construction workers. I couldn't convince myself that things would obey me. My first attempt resulted in a large house of pink Potosi quarry stone. Afterwards, I made one that resembled the Palace of Versailles. And in this fashion I made many attempts until the angel convinced me that I didn't need so many walls, roofs, doors, and windows, because there was no need to protect myself in heaven. Finally, it was good. You will see it. I won't describe it to you because I prefer to surprise you. Learning heavenly customs is very difficult. No, it isn't complicated. The essence of training is to acquire a full and absolute confidence in our God. This education should start on earth to abbreviate or avoid purgatory in accordance to the faith and the multiple limitations of mortals. True confidence in the Most High does not consist in waiting for the fulfillment of all our caprice. Rather, it consists in the security founded on His great love for us and the assurance He will give the best to each of us when and how He determines, if we persevere and remain in His grace and faithfully fulfill His commandments. I'll tell you another one of my anecdotes, she added with her beautiful glance. Before my glorification, I knew well that my body could penetrate walls without any inconvenience in any of the innumerable space times of my terrestrial life. However, the first time I attempted to go through a small hill, I stopped abruptly. My terrestrial custom of stopping before obstacles prevailed, but now I even pass through stars. Are prayers and supplications for the dead helpful? They are most efficacious, even though you are praying for those who died a long time ago. In the hereafter, the classic notions of past, present, and future are irrelevant, nor does the bonding of consciousness to the present exist. Prayers opportunely arrive from any date, thanks to the immediate bridge of the fifth dimension. I hope, she ended, that your acts of existence, guarded in the space times of your life, along with your new habits, are so Christian that you won't need to experience purgatory. Such is our God's desire for you. This modified time in San Luis is very slow, said my loved companion, and the vital energy of your organism is barely enough for 1/1000th of a picosecond. When you go beyond this, even slightly, you use strength that you can't recuperate, because your physiology as a traveler isn't conditioned to the slowness of modified time. The reason why I periodically touch you is to revive you, but I no longer feel it prudent to continue. Why? Your touches, although brief, are enjoyable. Precisely for that. After I have gone, you will feel the nostalgia of the vital force which was previously unknown to your organism. You will be anxious to receive it again, like a person who is chemically dependent and whose euphoric drug has been stopped. For this reason, my interview with you should end. Very well, she stated. What I told you about accidental glory is less than babbling in comparison with its reality. If I could find adequate concepts, images, and available comparisons to better reach my objective and make you more clearly see the glory which awaits you. But heaven and earth are very different and dissimilar in their language. At least you'll soon leave this world, and when you least expect it, you'll find yourself enjoying what today you can hardly imagine. Tenderly loved, I said with complete frankness, I am afraid of becoming an invalid because of my ailment in old age. I am afraid of my fellow man for his egoism and ambition. I am afraid of solitude and pain. I am afraid of death because I have failed to see it in myself. Fear of hell, certainly merited by my sins, fear of my future, and the necessity of purgatory. I am afraid of myself because I recognize my inconstancy. Your fear would be founded if you would be completely alone without faith, without a future fatherland, without love. But it is not like that. Our God loves you very much, and He has shown it to you in the course of your life. You possess the faith, a gift which God has given you. You have very many loves in heaven and great friends who await you. You have an exemplary mother on earth who has been for you the visible providence of our God in this world. You have another mother in heaven, the mother of the beautiful love, the mother of God who has assisted you with predilection. And you have me, your tenderly loved, who loves you with a sublime, predestined love, and I am ready, if necessary, to intercede for you to the ultimate.